Hi again, welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking the time to check me out. Okay, as you if you've been following my channel, you realise I was doing diving into my Telecaster, and obviously the reasons why I going down this road really. Obviously my the one what got away was a American Strat Telecaster I bought back in 1976, 77 I think it was, and I've secretly really wanted to get that. But I mean my kind of, I suppose my goal is to one day get a 52 reissue, blackguard, butterscotch or blonde Telecaster. But in the meantime, I was kind of exploring alternatives, which I've got, because I've got 6 of them, and this is the last of the 2 I'll be sort of doing today. Probably starting with the one what I really got. I've done a couple of videos on this one. This is the it's called the Harley Benton TE53 Keith Richard tribute series in butterscotch. You can basically go back to previous videos on this, so you can kind of give you an idea of how I got this and why and everything else. Just to give you just a brief outline about this particular one. It's an ash body. It's quite heavy for some. It's not for me, because I'm used to playing Gibsons. It's about £9. It has a bone nut. Yeah, okay. It's got Cluson Styles machine heads. It has a caramelized vintage caramel maple neck, which is superb. This is sort of C profile, with the bone nuts I said before. 42mm on nut width. The scale of it is 648. It has Tesla's Opus 1 pickups. It's got humbuckers in the neck and single coil at the rear. And it's got gold pointed 6 individual saddles on it, so you could individually intonate the each string perfectly. As I said, I have had this a while now. The neck is superb on it. There's no fret sprouts on it. It's settled in nicely. It doesn't go out of tune, very rarely. It's one of those ones where, because I said I like Gibson type guitars, single cut type guitars. This is the perfect choice for those who perhaps want to explore a Telecaster, but they like humbucker, the humbucking type guitars. This is I've done. If I had to replace anything on this, it's probably the rear pickup. Put something much more beefier, because this is so overwhelming. It's so good. It's got a nice even spread on it. The only weak link I find on this guitar is probably the rear pickup. So I'll probably change that to something much more appropriate for this guitar. But as I said before, it's out of all my Harley Bentons, this one is it's totally flawless in terms of its QC appointment and everything else about this guitar. It's a superb guitar. As I said before, if you don't like heavy guitars, this is not really for you. But does it really matter? Because at the end of the day, it adds to the tone and everything else. I really believe that. It's got a, what do you call it? If you're kind of a bedroom player, this is, you can sit down and play with it. It's no problem. As I said, it's got vintage type locking nuts on it, tuners on it, which I like. Everything about it, I can't really fault it. It is absolutely a very budget friendly. It basically, I think it retails on the Thomann website for about £199, under £200 for this. It's ridiculous. It doesn't feel like a 200. It feels to me like a £500 to £700 guitar. It really does. You know. As I said, that is the one I'll be doing today. That's the first one. The second one, as I said before, I really wanted a you know, I kind of regretted selling my US spec Telecaster I had, you know, Blackguard, but it's one of those things which I said when I was moving out of my parents' home. I was setting up, you know, home and a bed sit, and I needed the cash. That's why to sell it really reluctantly. You know, I'm very kind of, I'm one of those individuals. I really don't like finance. You know, I like the one payment plan. I'd rather save up for it or trade whatever, swap whatever to get it. You know, it's probably my age. But this is the nearest thing I could get to a Blackguard in every sense of the word. It's faithfully a tribute to a 52 telly. Why do I say that? This is an early one, by the way. You can tell the early ones from the latest ones. I think these are better. Well, this particular one anyway. It's got a slightly bigger headstock. You know, the newer ones is more like the in terms of size and shape, it's more akin to the Harley Benton. Very sort of telly, very much almost the same as the Telecaster in size, you know. Now, the new ones are slightly, as I said, smaller, and the body, you know, that's £9. This is £7. A very light guitar, but this is an older body, you know. It's got the single Blackguard. It's very single, you know, 1p, you know, single. It's not double, whatever. It's the frets, the neck on this is quite peculiar. I'll just double check to give you an idea. This is on the nut width, it's saying 1.6, yeah. On the Harley Benton, .56, so slightly wider, yeah. And the depth, and on the 12th fret, it's saying 2.9 on the Harley Benton. What is it? .04. I mean, you have to really try it out to find out. I don't know if it's all the same, but this one, the depth of it from the first fret, it's very shallow. 0.87. On the Harley Benton, .095. It's thicker. Those who like Ibanez, you know, like the thin, it's a very shallow, I describe it as a shallow C, yeah? And it's a quite flat radius, you know? It's about 10, the radius on this, you know? So it's a very, those with small hands would love this, and those who are used to playing sort of very thin Ibanez type guitars would be great. You know, people like shredding, this is ideal for that because it's so shallow. I mean, my preferred neck is you know, the Harley Benton type thing, you know. This is fine. I mean, as you can see, this is worn in. I've had this a few years now. I bought it second hand, and the guy who had it, you know, I looked at the back, you know, I thought, how many pots? But he said, no, don't let that put you off, because, you know, it's been upgraded by a luthier. He said he put upgraded pots on it between 300 and 500k, he said, and it's got one of those Russian oil-filled capacitors in it. But if you can see a close up of it, it's one of those guitars, the longer you keep something and you bond with it, all your sweat, blood and tears go into it, and it gets better and better with age. That's why a vintage guitar will feel so different compared to brand new. I don't like the feel of brand new guitars, you know. This is well worn. It's not an Icon, it's a reissue 52. It's a, what was it, I can see 1, 2, 3 3-piece body. It's American order. It's a 1-piece maple neck on it. And if you look at the frets, I want you to have a look at the frets where I've been playing it. I don't know if it's picking up properly. It's all like rounded and shiny and like a ball end. It's really kind of bedded in, you know. I put this on there to make it authentic. I'll take that off. One of the things, when Trevor Wilkinson was designing this, he said, you know, when he spoke to Leo Fender, what makes a Telecaster, you know, it has to be made from cold rolled steel, you know. You know, if you look at the front of it, it's shiny and aged at the back. It was not like, it's not finished, because he said, well, you know, according to Leo Fender, said people can't see that, you know, when, you know, they just see the front of it. But it's faithfully made like how the original 52s used to be made. That's why it's got that unique sound, you know. As I said, it's got mini pots on it, but they've been upgraded, you know. I'm sure he said it's between 300 and 500k, and normally 250, you know. But he says the taper, what counts, you know, because sometimes you get nothing, you know, all of a sudden nothing, and everything just comes on. But it's a quite progressive taper on this, yeah. So, you know, this is probably, you know, if I had to make this perfect, it would have to have a, you know, my favourite neck is probably a V, you know. If this had a V neck on this will be perfect, but I can't take it off or replace it to the one I want, because I've got used to it now. But the thing is, I'm just used to it, you know. So this is the nearest thing for my Blackguard butterscotch 52 Telly. Let me turn my phone off, it's annoying me. I'm getting messages galore on this. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, right. So today what I'll be exploring is as I said, it's the last two I'll be doing, and then I'll basically bring them all together, all 6 of them, and just to do a recap on it. But today I'm going to show you the difference, you know, these can, you know, what a budget guitar, what can accomplish. You know, you're looking at something what's been well worn in, you know, it's been, you know, my blood and sweat and tears. I've gigged with this quite a lot. I've lent it out to a friend, and I couldn't get back off of it. He was a jazz man, and you know, he's like a Ibanez, George Benson signature model guitar, hollow, whatever, and he noticed that some of the jazzers would use this because it's a very versatile guitar, Telecasters. And when I gave it to him, he could, you know, he said to me, it's like, this plays like butter, it's like glass. The frets almost feel like stainless steel, but it's been just well worn in. I looked after this guitar. Couldn't get back off of him, but I had to say, look, give me my guitar back, because, you know, this is the, until I kind of achieve my, you know, my goal of getting a 52 reissue, it's going to cost a lot of money, but hey ho, this is my next best thing. Okay, so what I'll be doing is to show you the difference, like a sort of the recipe of a Telecaster. Some people said the pickups don't sound, but you know, it sounds all right to me. So I start with this one. Okay, right, I'll plug her in. This might be a slightly long video, so feel free to, you know, come back to it or skip, whatever. I haven't got my daughter with me, she's in Scotland, as I said before, and she normally sort of edit my videos and put timestamps in it. I don't know how to do none of that, but she does it all for me. But when she comes back over this, she can, you know, the quality of my videos, reproduction will improve. So you just have to bear the old git for now, and bear with me in my inability to kind of be, you know, because I said I'm just using my phone. Right, now, what I'm going to do, just to give you an idea of the tones, all right? As I said, you know, in terms of, because the compensated brass saddle, it came with it, it really stays in tune, it hardly goes out of tune, it's very, very reliable. Now, everything's on full on, okay? So that's the neck. I've got nothing on, it's just the amp. I'm using my Fender Blues Junior, and I've set the volume to just about 3. The treble's just about 5. Bass is on 11. Middle is quite down to about number 2, and the master's on 2, and the reverb's on 2. Okay, so it's the middle. The bridge on these are quite potent, actually. It's got that spank. Middle, very good for sort of rhythm. I said it's, you know, it's really good, and obviously the neck position. Said you get some nice jazzy tones on this. Okay, now, as I said, to kind of just swap them over for a minute. Okay, all right. So, you know, I really don't need. I don't really use a lot of effects on this. It depends on what song I'm using. If I'm doing blues, I probably would. But you know, to me, it's as close as a Tele you can get. I might swap over now to the Harley Benton TE53. Totally different animal. Okay. That's the pickup. You can tell it is straight away. It's nice and rich and warm, powerful. Hope you can hear me okay. All right, and that's the middle. And the bridge. But this guitar shines because obviously it's a Keith Richard tribute, and obviously we know Keith Richard was he's got a lot of his inspiration from Chuck Berry, you know, but Rolling Stones, you know, his guitar was called Macabre. He used to use a different tuning on it, okay, and use 5 strings, but I'm going to do that with this at the moment. But this really shines. For example, if I put on, say, for example, the clon I've got and the Screaming Blues, and put it on the bridge. I was going to play something, I forgot. How's it go? Okay, how's it go again? That kind of thing, you know? Right, now what I'll be doing, okay, to really showcase these, okay, I'll show you, for example, I'll give you an example of starting back with the, no, I'll start with this actually, the kind of genre you can play on this. I'll give it a kind of, so look, come back to a minute, right. Okay. To give you the sort of the kind of give you an idea of the humbuckers, you know. I'll be using the clon and the Screaming Blues. And a bit of boost, yeah. that's the kind of thing, having a T-type guitar with a humbucker in it. You can get that kind of Les Paul tones on it. Okay, now let's swap over and give a, for example, an idea of the possibilities that this type of guitar, being more kind of akin to a 52, I'll tend to play kind of blues on this, you know. You start off with a just like boost. Playing on the neck. Sorry about that, I got a bit carried away. As I said, this guitar, I don't know what I was doing really, I was just kind of jamming really, but what I suppose the takeaway from this, that the more you kind of, the longer you have a guitar, which you like, everything gets worn in. It's like having a new car, you've got to run it in, it takes some time. But this is a kind of guitar where if I never ever got a, the Holy Grail, in my case, a 52, it'd be nice to get a real one, but it's just stupid money. But a reissue, USA reissue, or a kind of, a masterclass, how do you call it? What's it called? The word I'm looking for. Master build, a reissue of one of these guitars will be superb. But if I didn't, this will satisfy me. It's a very good guitar. If you can get an early one like this, you can always tell the big stock, and the body, it's you can see all the grain and stuff in it. It's older body. The new ones are made, I think they're made, I think it's popular. It's not the same. This one is more faithful to the vision of what Trevor Wilkins had when he basically spoke to Leo how to make it in terms of the bridge, everything about it. Very good guitar, and plus it's a lot lighter than that. But having said that, if I was going to a gig and I needed something with a humbucker, I'll take that. But it's got the versatility of having humbucking the bridge. So this just gives you a flavour of, this is the last two. Hope you enjoyed it. I did enjoy making it. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a roundup. I'm going to put them all together just to remind you, put them side. It won't be much talking. It just said, look, this is the first one, the second one, the third, right up to the sixth one, just to have a recap, and you can decide. It just gives you other options if you're looking for a T-type guitar. But these are second to my Gibson. I do like Telecasters. They're no nonsense, very simplistic, very reliable, doesn't go out of tune, rock solid, and a great fun to play. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you. If you did stay to the end, I appreciate it. If you'd like to comment or make some suggestions or whatever, if you've got ones like this, let me know what your experience were with it. Okay. For now, I'll say ta-ra until obviously the roundup or the grand finale of my T-type guitars. I'll put them all together and just do a recap and end it on that before I move on to sort of more how I craft my tones with the amplifier, the pedals I use, how I manipulate them, and just to experiment and just highlight some of the pedals I use. Affordable pedals for those who are looking to enhance their tone. Anyway, thanks for that. See you soon. All the best. Bye for now.